Howdy y'all, my name is Jack and welcome to part 2 of crossing the Atlantic with my family. It's gonna take roughly 16 to 18 days to cross the Atlantic, and the first video I published was the first 9 days. Technically it is day 9 right now. I highly suggest you go watch that and then this one. If you're on this one, you haven't seen that one. We started this passage leaving from the Canary Islands in Europe, and we're planning on arriving in the Caribbean at Union Island in the Southern Caribbean in about 9 days. This is the halfway mark of passage. So with all that said, let's rewind to the beginning of day 9. So day 9 starts off at 4 o'clock in the morning. This is a map of our current track. It's rotated, so north is to the right. That's our waypoint right there. During this night shift, I also did all of my workout. I hate this. Come morning time, my breakfast has all but deteriorated into a croissant with Nutella. But of course, that wasn't enough, so I had some yogurt with oatmeal to top it off.
Sailing, but you're only in a dinghy.
This little dinghy, there's 6 of us in here. We're having to use our underwear full sails. We see sea turtles, a lot of sea turtles. Sea turtles, sailing in a dinghy. We see sea turtles,
Riley's
sea
throwing vagabonds
turtles,
on them.
sailing in a dinghy. Sea turtles, get it on the YouTube, publicize it. Dinghy, sea turtles, sailing in a dinghy.
You're getting saved now.
Sailing in a dinghy on our way.
You're related to them, actually.
The Somali pirate is actually my blood cousin. We're sailing. We have this sail out. This is called the Genoa. That one over there is called the Asymmetrical. The big one back there, that's what's giving us all our speed. This one's just kind of stabilizing, I guess. Later in the evening, we all kind of relaxed on deck, talked amongst ourselves, and we had a little bit of a dance party.
I'm going where the sun keeps shining. It's not unusual to be mad with anyone.
So my shift now runs from 4 to 6, so I've got 2 hours. It's currently 5 o'clock, so I'm halfway through my shift. Since we have Luke out on the boat, we've made it so me, Finn, and Luke only have 2-hour shifts come nighttime. Day 10, I woke up with my air conditioning on. It felt so good, and the reason being is because the further south we get, the hotter it gets. And trust me, it gets hot. I had yogurt with oats again. Yours looks way better. Yep, I see it. Oh, it's a big one. It's close. So there was this seaweed in the water. It's called sargassum, and me and Kate decided to go fishing for it with a boat hook. Oh, no! Shortly after that, we got the spear guns out.
You don't want to mess with me, mate. It's heavy. You gonna go spearfishing when we get there?
Oh, yeah. It is hot, and it will continue to be hot. So me and Kate figured out a way to refresh ourselves.
Like that.
Now you might be wondering, Jack, is this dangerous? Is this safe? It's pretty safe. It'd be hard to fall off right here unless you were standing up and lost balance. That would be the only way I could see you fall off. Slipping is a little less probable because this is not slick. You can't slip off this. It's like teak. It's very grippy.
Oh, that's yellow. That is yellow.
We got a fish. This is a dorado or mahi-mahi or dolphin fish. Not a dolphin, don't worry. YouTube is very picky when it comes to cleaning animals, so here I'm only showing what's necessary to gutting and cutting this fish. We catch fish all the time and clean fish all the time. It's a common occurrence when you're sailing on a boat.
Huh?
Cheers. It's like salt water. That's not bad at all. I could eat that, like, I could literally
It's not bad, is it? I'm not a huge fan of raw fish either, but
I could generally just eat that.
We just got done filleting that fish and check it out. Booyah. Wow. I am no chef, but my mother most definitely outdoes herself. Later that day, we watched White Squall, which is one of my favorite sailing movies ever. I think it perfectly encapsulates what sailing should be. Not only that, we crossed over the 1,000-mile mark. Not long left to go now. It's me. I'm quite tired, but look. The seaweed. How did it get on deck? You smell funny. You should probably go shower. You. It's beautiful. Look at all this sargassum. It makes what we were getting yesterday look pitiful. It is getting way hotter because I woke up in a sweat. It wasn't cool, the breeze was minimal, and I had a sweat going. That's how you know we're getting close to the Caribbean, mates. Okay, it's kind of hot. I'm gonna go back inside. Fishing lines are out yet again, and it looks kind of cloudy back there. I had the best breakfast a man can have, macaroni and cheese. What are you doing?
I'm on boxers, I'm gonna get in.
Surely that's not safe.
I know, I'm like kind of terrified. Oh, it feels great. We're not going all that fast.
No, we're not. Now this most definitely is more dangerous than any of the other things we've done, because if you let go, well, you're gone. And not only that, we have fishing lines out. But put your worries to rest because we're only motoring. We can turn around at a moment's notice. Here's a little spike. So we lost half a rudder. We were swimming off the back of the boat, and I looked at the other hole, the starboard hole, and there's this white, like the paint was flaking off, and then I realized we lost half a rudder. Something must have hit, you know, knocked it off. Something happened that we didn't hear, we didn't know about. But we have another rudder, and that one's still half good, so we can make it. It's not a huge deal. And if the whole rudder fell off, that would be a bigger problem. It's not an immediate detriment. This is the first. This is the first.
It's the first. I thought Jack was lying. I thought he was pulling our tail.
Should have said we lost half a rudder.
And then I looked and I see it, and it's
gone.
yeah.
We cooked up that Dorado we caught, and right after that, it was time for some sail work. Who doesn't love sail work? The reason we're taking the sail down is, well, we're going too fast. And when the motors are on and the sail is up, we're going faster than the wind blows, so it just makes the sail... Just makes...
Let's go.
Just makes the sail all floozy. And heave! 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 Eat it! Luke, what are you doing? Yeah. I thought this was rust at first, but it's not. Sand. It's a heater today. Look at that patch of seaweed right there. I bet there's some fish under that.
Sargassum.
Sar what?
Sargassum.
That seaweed, sargassum, it lives out here. It doesn't come up off the seafloor or come from the islands. Literally, this is its habitat. It floats on top of the surface and reproduces on top of the surface of the water. All right, we just got a fish. We just slowed down, and now it's a big one. We're gonna reel it in. Look at how deep he's going.
Let's reel that line in. That other fishing line. Y'all want us to clean that thing?
Holy moly. Oh, we get... I don't... The reason we let him go is because he's a beautiful fish and far too much for what we need. Woo!
Yeah.
Nah, he's alright. That was a good fish.
You can take it out.
Back on course.
Okay.
268.
Alright, let's see if we can catch something else. At this point, all the produce is starting to run very, very thin. The onions had a lot of mold on them. All the sweets are gone. Our trash is also starting to compile. We throw it in the ocean to get rid of it. No, I'm just kidding. We have this locker right here where we've been putting all of our trash. I think this is like bag 5 or 6. I don't know. It's a lot though. In the evening, we all sat on deck, enjoyed the sunset and each other's company. I love evenings like this. They're calm, peaceful, and very reflective.
What's up?
Get up, we're going swimming. The boat isn't moving. We've stopped and decided to jump in the middle of the ocean. guys. We're in the middle of the ocean. While swimming, the most unexpected thing happened. We came across this pilot whale. It's a dolphin, or rather he came across us, and you can hear him so clearly.
What are the odds we stopped right there where a dolphin was?
I mean, what if he was like warning us of like megalodon or something?
Nah, I doubt that.
That was something special, I tell you what. I don't want to sound like a nature hippie animal lover, but I really do love seeing wild animals, sea life, wildlife, all of it just in its natural habitat, especially when it's playful like that dolphin was. There's something special about it, I tell you what. Well, now that the fun and game's over, we're back on course and we're motoring. You gotta get there somehow, mates. Let's go! Now that is some warm water. 30 Celsius translates to, that would be 86 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very warm. I'd like it if it got to 31 or 2. I think would be better, but there's a certain point when the water is just too warm and it doesn't feel good. Today's Sunday, looks like we're gonna get there Saturday. 6 more days. I'm feeling it, I'm feeling good. It's hot, it's getting really hot. It's getting very hot. It's quite difficult for me to get the fish striking the fishing line on film, but we caught another Dorado and Kate took the initiative. She really wanted to know how to cut this one up. This is what a fillet of fish looks like. They call it a fillet down in like New Zealand and Australia. Once we have the fillets, we cut them into even smaller chunks so that we can fry them on the pan. It's important we rinse these in salt water, not fresh water. And once we've done that, then we put them in a bag and we can freeze them for later usage. Yes, sir. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is what I call a good day of sailing. I'm sunburnt, I smell like fish, I'm tired, I'm ready for night shift. I don't think it gets much better than that. Oh man, what a good day. Hey. There's space for 2 in here. I mean, it's not an invitation, but it's an invitation. But it's not an invitation, but it is an invitation. Okay. Okay. Psych, we're gonna put up the sail. No time to relax yet. Throughout the past few days, we've been putting up and taking down sails constantly because the wind is getting to be all over the place. For those of you who don't know what's going on, Luke and I, Luke is a crewmate who joined us for this Atlantic crossing, have decided to work out every day. We're doing 100 push-ups, 150 squats, and 200 sit-ups every single day until the anchor drops. The person who misses that, for each day that they miss, the other person gets to take a bucket of water and splash them whenever they feel like it. So I'm not gonna let it be me, because that does not sound like fun. I got girls on me like hoes on Santa. I'm lying, it's a lie. I'm not putting this in the video.
What is that, man?
It's a sleeping bag.
Whoa! Look it. Merry Christmas. This is the aftermath of everything that's happened. Kate was the one that drew me and she knows exactly what I like.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we all got these disposable dispo cameras.
Dad, I want you to take photos on it.
Luke was like he joined in too. We were thinking about having him open his presents on deck away from our family, but we're not that mean.
Included on my own.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hot tea.
I'm gonna need this exposure to be up more. We got leftover enchiladas from my mother. Thank you, Mother. Real quick, before I take down the rest of this enchilada, I wanted to, you might have seen it, it's this book. So for those of you who don't know who Jordan B. Peterson is, he's a like philosopher, psychotherapist, clinician type guy real articulate fella. You might have seen him on Instagram, maybe you don't even know who he is. Basically, I like the way he talks, the way he puts things, the way his brain works. It gets me going, it makes me think. It's not just him that I like to listen to, it's all the people who can articulate what they want to say in such a way to where when they talk to another person, the other person understands it. Because what good are a bunch of big fancy words if the other person doesn't know what the heck you're talking about? Not only that is, straight up, I don't want to be stupid. I'm not saying people who don't, you know, study this kind of thing are stupid. I'm just saying with the wealth of knowledge and information we have, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to answer a lot of the deep questions. And that's what I want to do. I want to be articulate and well-spoken and be able to answer those deep questions. Because I see those guys do it and I'm like, man, what all do I know? All right, I've been talking far too much. The reason I brought all this up is because I find all of this interesting. I find it necessary. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't, maybe you've already skipped all this part. Man, it is hot, our fishing lines are out, it's calm, there's no wind, there's a little wind, there's like a breeze, but other than that, it's kaput.
The wind is at an appalling 0.5 knots.
For Christmas, Luke's family got him this kendama toy. It originates from Japan and basically it's just a balancing game where you take this ball and you balance it on all the sides of the cross thing. Had an excellent meal for Christmas dinner, barbecue chicken and mashed potatoes, and that wrapped up that evening. When I first jumped in bed, I was sweating bullets. Not kidding, it was bad. It's a little better now. I am right on the edge because the air flows out through my door, out of my hatch because the wind is blowing. We're going with the wind, so it's like reverse right now. Oh, the moon be shining something bright tonight. Why? On the flip side, it's super flat outside, so we're gonna go swimming. Why did we stop?
Well, I want to check the prop, and I want to see if it's the shaft got bent, because when we turn that engine on, there's vibration, and it's the same side the rudder got broke on. So we're going to check that prop out and make sure that the prop's not damaged or the shaft's not bent. So I'm going to spend some time looking at that this morning and give us a chance to swim, break up the day a little bit.
So warm.
I think it's safe to say that swimming has become quite the necessity because it's so hot. Not only that, we don't lose much time. Now you might be wondering, what about sharks? Now when you splash a lot, it attracts sharks, but we're not in the water for nearly long enough.
In this video, you're making all the food.
I know it.
Why is that?
I enjoy it. I get a satisfaction from serving my family through their bellies. I mean, sometimes I get tired of it, but I really don't mind.
See, I'm not a mooch. I'm not. My mother loves me. Thank goodness for that, because I love her too. And I'm about to eat. Well, this is a familiar sight. How are you guys doing on passage? It's day 14. Are y'all tired of it yet?
Dude, I honestly feel like I'm getting more tired each day.
I can agree with that sentiment.
Maybe it's like night shift or something, but it's getting to me.
I can agree with that sentiment.
I can agree with that as well. We had taken the sail down because, like I previously showed, the wind was below zero. So now it's blowing a little more and we put the sail back up.
What a beautiful sail we have right here by Oleman Sails. Thank you, Oleman.
We don't fight anymore. We're at the top of the world. I love you too.
Buzzing! 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 Oh! We've been having some engine problems as of late. The starboard engine shakes a whole lot, so we're not running it as much. And in this engine, the alternator belt keeps falling off. So
Well, it's because the bolts are loose.
we figured out it's because the bolt's loose. So we tightened those up. Now we got to put it back on. It's hot. Hot engine. Makes everything hot. So for those of you who don't know what an alternator is, it charges the main batteries in the boat while the engine is running. Because why not? If you got an engine spinning, just add that to the mix. You can charge your boat batteries. The reason it charges the batteries so we don't have to run the generators as often, saves fuel.
Okay, get us on course.
It's my night shift now. Luke and Finn, it looks like, decided to sleep on deck. Don't worry, we're hardly even rocking, so there's no worries to be had. We figured out the problem to the starboard engine. It's been leaking exhaust continuously every time we turn it on. We never knew why. We thought it was the turbo in it that had a faulty gasket. Maybe it wasn't attached right. Yo.
Press that button.
So earlier this morning, Dad decided to take a look at it. He took the plastic top of the engine off that comes off real easy, and there was oil everywhere. He turned the engine on and exhaust just started coming straight out of the engine, which means we either have a faulty gasket on our valve cover, or yeah, that's basically it, because all the other holes are leaking as well. Well, we're not going to be running that engine because it's just not good if you run it with that, because that could cause fires, it could cause stuff to burn up, to melt, just not a good thing. The last thing you want on a boat is a fire. Great way to start day 15. 15? I'm pretty sure it's 15. All these days are getting mixed, mumbled, jumbled together. And the passage is getting slow, there's no wind, the water is dead calm where we have the engines on. Night shift is as uneventful as it gets. 10. Screw this. I'm done working out. I don't want to work out no more. I've had enough. It's such a great feeling swimming in that great deep blue abyss where there's thousands and thousands of meters of water below you. I'm getting a little trim. I always get my hair done by my mama. It's free, she does a good job. A good enough job.
Good enough.
Which is a good job. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So the only thing I did was have Mother trim the back of my hair because it starts growing too long and it curves out right under the ear, which I can't stand it when it does that. Here's the first reveal. I noticed that there's probably a tan mark there, a tan line. That's easily fixable. Not a problem.
On passage right now, there's no wind. It's going really slow. We're kind of just in a routine now. It's kind of boring, but it's fine.
Also, if you're wondering why I haven't been showing the fish, the flying fish anymore, it's because I got rid of them. Dad decided to power wash the deck, and with it he said, oh, I'm gonna throw these nasty, gross, stinky, dried out flying fish off the deck. This has been my fix for the sunny square of death thus far. I've taken one of my own pillows and put it right here where the sun normally shines through. It kind of works. The hatch covers the rest of it, the pillow covers that much more. Shake your head, little. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning. So tired, actually.
I want to go to Isle Amsterdam, which is a French island.
Well, you know the drill at this point. Neither one of us really want to wake up in a soaking wet bed. I said it before, I'll say it again. It sucks. Working out is not fun. Well, at least it's not fun for me. Still going. Yeah!
Oh my almost done.
Yeah! Tomorrow's gonna be the last day of having to work out.
Crazy. Oh, I gotta put my check mark for the day. Boom, day 16. Done. What are we gonna do in the Caribbean?
Fast every other day.
Man,
No.
shut up.
Dude, I would be not alive if I did that.
Oh, we gotta
Shave
get
the chest.
footage of that.
Shave the back.
You should
Shave the face. You should wax.
I think you look good, Dad.
I don't care.
You need to put a do-rag on.
We went for a quick swim, not much to note on there. I thought this shot was a really interesting shot, so I wanted to throw this in the video. Okay, we're gonna get a sit combo right here. It's gonna be first try. Finn moves out of the way, we got it. Okay, second try. Okay, it's okay, third try. Okay, it's... Ha! Ha! Yeah! Yes! That was pretty clean. What do we keep it going? Nope. If you can't tell by this point, we're all very musically, I wouldn't say inclined, but we like making music with one another. Just shake it.
If anyone is off, I'm not gonna point fingers because I don't want to disrupt the band.
I've been off this time.
You're making this bad!
I'm not a musician!
Yeah. Wait, keep going.
So you see here we have a good butter chicken curry and cutter rice. So we're going to put these two together because it tastes very good.
And that was pretty much the end of it. Me and Luke hung out in the cockpit and called it a day. Due to the fact we've been motoring all the time, there's no wind, our fuel levels are getting down to the bare minimum. Because the fuel's so low, we gotta sail as much as we can. It makes it particularly difficult when the wind is not blowing a whole lot and it's the middle of the night. You know, I had a dream right before shift. I was skiing and I was in the town. While I was driving through the town, there was a crash. I swerved around the crash and I got pulled over and asked for my license and registration. I had neither on me. I got arrested. But the girl who arrested me was pretty hot. I don't think it made it worth it in the least. I'm not a lazy bum, so I decided to do my workout on shift, ignored the atrocious angle that I decided to get.
Lando! No way. Where is it?
Bro.
Dude, we can't even see it. I barely see it, dude. So the camera may or may not have been able to pick that up, but that's not where we're going. That is land, that's Barbados, and we're going past there. We gotta go past to a different set of islands. The sail is flogging quite aggressively. It's such a good... Shut up! It's such a good feeling, seeing land after 17 days of passage. It is shower time. I'm not gonna shampoo my hair because it makes it really flat. The salt water gives it, and I always say this, and I live by this, the salt water gives it some structure, which is excellent for anybody who has really flat hair, such as myself. When my hair is long, it's super flat, so all I do is rinse it in salt water, then dry it. I don't bother rinsing fresh water. This is it. The last workout I have to do. What you're witnessing right here is the last sit-up I have to do. It's done. It's over. Thank the Lord above. I'm relieved. Enough of it. This is the fuel tank. We're about to manually measure how much fuel we have left because the computers are accurate to a fault, so it's best to check it ourselves and make sure it's right.
52?
Sure, about 72.
Reason being is because we're really starting to get down to the thin of it. We had some deep conversations about kidnapping and what would you do if that happened.
Oh,
I think it's all pretty
oh,
unlikely.
oh,
I think it's a
oh.
Thank you for the food, Mom. This movie, Law Abiding Citizen, correlates really well with what we were talking about previously. So that's why we watched it. Well, it's the next morning. It's probably nearly 7 o'clock by now. You see there's a couple of sailboats behind me, and that's because we made it! Woo, cabin Quinn!
Oh my gosh! We're like right here. Ah!
Good morning,
18
Vietnam.
days.
18-day crossing. Wait. Cue us running down the beach.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh, it's so great. It's great. Look at this island. Ooh. Oh, if you can't tell, it's later in the day. We got fuel, we got groceries. We jumped in the water.
Go, go.
So that's gonna be it. I will see you guys.
Wait for me.
And now we're just enjoying the Caribbean. And it is beautiful here. I am so excited to be here. I don't think there's much else as rewarding as finishing a passage and getting here. That's gonna wrap the video up, you guys. Thank you so much for watching the Atlantic crossing. It was a blast to put this together. Stay tuned for the next episode. Bye-bye.